joining us live from the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, to talk more about that and other election news is Africa 54 Managing Editor Vincent Makori. Good evening, Vincent. Thank you for joining us. Listen, things are heating up in the capital, Nairobi, and you are there. Talk to us about the talk of the town. What is happening now? Did you talk to anyone that you can share with us?
Well, I've been speaking to people throughout the day and in the days that have passed. As we go to, the countdown now is about 4 days really until the elections on Tuesday. And there's a lot of things that people are talking about. One is, of course, they are concerned about the security of the country, especially after the election. So they are hoping for the best. They're calling on everybody to maintain the peace during and after the election. And regardless of what happens, they're calling on the leaders to accept the verdicts of the elections. And one of the things that has in fact, been of concern is an accusation, especially by the deputy president, the candidate that is among the leading candidates, that in fact the outgoing president is planning to disrupt the election somehow. We don't know exactly how. In fact, he has clearly stated that there is a use of civil servants in interfering with the electoral process, and some people think that is not a very good kind of a talk, especially at this time, because of the repercussions it can have, especially if it was to lose the election in a kind of a scenario like that. Other than that, of course, all people are concerned about, what the future government will mean for them, for the same issues that you've raised, the question of the cost of living, the economy, the joblessness that is, of course, so rampant in the country, and other issues, including economic development. And now one of the things that is happening at the moment is that the process of distributing transporting the ballot boxes, ballot papers to the different locations across the country is in progress. And they do say that half of the ballot papers have arrived at the moment, and they are hoping to get all the others in place, in position, so that they can be transported to the different parts of the country. We know that this always raises concern because when there are accusations of vote tampering, vote rigging, it's always about the ballot papers. When did they arrive? How did they arrive there? How were they delivered? Was there any tampering with them in the process? So there's a lot of scrutiny around that. But the Electoral Commission, the IEBC, has assured everybody that they have all the systems in place. Everything is going to be in position at the right time, that everything is clearly safe in their hands. Well, this is Vincent Makori here in Nairobi.
So, Vincent, also, along with electing the president, voters also have to choose county governors, senators, and members of the National Assembly. How much attention do they pay to these elections, and what do they expect from these candidates?
In fact, I have to say that while at the national level there's a lot of focus on the presidential race, actually there is intense activity around the election of the governors, especially governors, because since Kenya got into what is called a devolved government, governorship has become a very critical part of governing this country because the powers were kind of distributed. So the electorate is very focused on what kind of people they're going to put in place as governors. So even as we speak, the campaigns are intense when it comes to positions of governorship, senatorship, and also members of parliament, although most people may not see that, but especially at the international level, people are mostly looking at the presidency. But there's a lot of calculation and arithmetic that goes into winning this election, because even if you won the presidency and you lost, especially at the level of governorship and senate and parliament, you still may not have a strong government as a president.
Fantastic reporting, Vincent. Thank you so much for joining us. That was Managing Editor Vincent Makori reporting live from Nairobi, Kenya.